Episode 11: The Lost Phone Mystery. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our A to English podcast. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today's story is called The Lost Phone Mystery. Almost everyone has a mobile phone today. We use our phones to call our friends, send messages, take photos, study, and even pay for things. Because we use our phones every day, losing one can be very stressful. This story happened a few months ago. It was a warm Saturday afternoon. I decided to spend the day in the city center. I wanted to buy a few things, drink coffee, and enjoy the beautiful weather. After leaving my apartment, I took the bus downtown. The streets were full of people. Some families were shopping. Children were eating ice cream. Musicians were playing in the streets. The whole city felt alive. My first stop was a bookstore. I love reading, so I spent almost an hour looking at different books. I bought a small English novel and a notebook for writing new vocabulary. After leaving the bookstore, I walked to a nearby cafe. I ordered a cup of coffee and a piece of chocolate cake. While I was drinking my coffee, I answered a few messages on my phone. Then I put the phone on the table beside me. A few minutes later, my friend David called me. We talked for almost 10 minutes. After finishing the conversation, I placed the phone on the table again. Soon it was time to leave. I paid the bill. I thanked the waiter. Then I walked out of the cafe. About 20 minutes later, I reached a clothing store. I wanted to compare the prices of some jackets. When I reached into my pocket, I suddenly realized something was wrong. My phone was missing. At first, I thought it was inside my backpack. I opened every pocket. I looked everywhere. Nothing. Then I checked my jacket. Still nothing. My heart started beating faster. I tried to remember where I had used my phone last. Suddenly, I remembered the cafe. I left it on the table. I said to myself. Without wasting another second, I hurried back. When I arrived, I walked directly to the table where I had been sitting. The table was empty. There was no phone. I asked the waiter, "Excuse me, did anyone find a mobile phone here?" He looked around and shook his head. "I'm sorry," he replied. "No one has given us a phone." I felt disappointed. The waiter suggested calling the phone. I borrowed his phone and dialed my number. It rang. No one answered. I called again. This time, someone answered. "Hello," a man's voice said. I felt relieved. "Hello, I think you found my phone." The man laughed softly. "Yes, I found it on a table in the cafe." I smiled immediately. "Thank you so much." "Where are you now?" I asked. He replied, "I am in the city park." I was planning to return the phone to the cafe later. I thanked him again and quickly walked to the park. The park was only 10 minutes away. When I arrived, I looked around carefully. There were many people. Children were playing football. Some people were walking their dogs. Others were reading books under the trees. Then I noticed a man waving at me. He was holding my phone. I walked toward him. He smiled and handed it to me. I checked the phone. Everything was there. Nothing had been deleted. Nothing was damaged. I thanked him sincerely. He refused to accept any money. He simply said, "I hope someone would do the same for me." His kindness made me smile. We talked for a few minutes. His name was Michael. He explained that he had seen the phone after I left the cafe. He waited for a few minutes, hoping I would return. When I did not come back, he decided to keep it safe until the owner called. I shook his hand. I thanked him once again. Before leaving, he gave me one piece of advice. Always check your table before leaving. I laughed. "Believe me," I said, "I will never forget again." As I walked home that evening, I kept thinking about what had happened. Losing my phone had frightened me, but meeting an honest person restored my faith in people. Sometimes we hear many negative stories. However, there are still many honest and kind people in the world. This experience also taught me to be more careful. Now, whenever I leave a restaurant, a cafe, or a bus, I always check 3 things: my phone, my wallet, my keys. I even say them quietly to myself. Phone ... wallet ... keys. This simple habit has saved me many times. Small habits can prevent big problems. The experience also reminded me that honesty is one of the greatest qualities a person can have. Michael could have kept my phone. Instead, he chose to return it. His decision made a stranger very happy. Kind actions often take only a few minutes, but people remember them for many years. Before ending today's episode, here are some useful expressions. I think I lost my phone. Have you seen my mobile phone? May I borrow your phone? Thank you for your honesty. I really appreciate your help. I'm very grateful. Now, I would like you to answer these questions in English. Have you ever lost something valuable? Did someone help you find it? What would you do if you found another person's phone? Do you always check your belongings before leaving a place? Take a few minutes to answer these questions. Every answer is excellent English practice. Thank you very much for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's story and learned useful English expressions for everyday situations. Remember, honesty costs nothing, but it is worth everything. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep being kind, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.